afternoon, Gemini. This is going to be your weekly reading, and I'm sorry I kind of dropped the ball on you guys last week. I've been going through some things. If you have not yet listened to my All Signs video that I made earlier today, do check that out. Just dealing with a lot of fears that, I've been having to face, and I didn't realize I had such an intense fear of failure to the point where I was ready to just walk away from everything and just give up because I felt like I wasn't succeeding, and it really kind of took over me. And I've been dealing with a lot of things alone. I've been very introverted, very private lately, really withdrawn from everybody, dealing with, well, the doctors would call it depression, but I really do think that it has to do with this whole spiritual awakening and ascension path that I've been on. And you just get to the point sometimes where you just don't know who you are anymore. There's just been so many changes, and changes, I don't like change anyway, and it's been like a lot of changes, not just one but a lot, so it's just been real overwhelming. And I did want to say that real quick. And the other thing is, I really felt like everybody really just wanted to see come and see, me read cards and say, okay, you're going to have a husband and wife soon. You're going to have a new job, new promotion, raise. And I'm not a fortune teller. I can tell you how to align to those things, how to energetically get there. But it's up to you, because whatever I tell you, you're going to believe is true, so maybe I should come in and tell you those things, and then you will believe them. But then if they don't happen right away, then you're going to lose faith in me, and you're going to think, well, she didn't know what she was talking about. But you got to understand that time is just an illusion anyway. There's no time, there's only energy, and we align to that. So with that being said, I can tell you what the energies look like, and what you need to work on, and what's coming your way, if you listen to the guidance, the spiritual guidance that comes through for you. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with things. I do want to light these candles. I had unlit them because I had to go and upload my video. My internet is very, very slow. It takes me an hour and a half to upload a video, so I go to a friend's and I can actually upload the same video in like 15-20 minutes and get more done. And since I'm out of my funk now and no longer sleeping 18-hour days, I feel like I can get more done. So here we go. Sorry about that interruption. All right, so we have the Purifier card, and this is also fire energy. And so what I'm getting is that whole being tried by the fire, and we have to go through the fire to be purified, to get to the other side. So whatever you're going through right now is preparing you. It's purifying you and preparing you for what's ahead. And I know it's hard when you're going through it. And all I can say is the best thing that I can tell you to do is just not be attached to anything or anyone. Attachment really does cause a lot of suffering. Buddha was right. As one of the ascended masters, Buddha said that attachment is, the source of suffering. So do definitely detach from things. And when things are happening that are hard, try not to focus too much on them, too much energy on them. Try to look at them, like I said, as these things are purifying you and preparing you for what's ahead. Because to clarify that card, we have the Mountain card, Strength. And so, I was just saying this to a friend earlier today. Yeah, the things that I'm going through have been really tough. And I'm already really strong anyway, because I've been through so many things. Old souls choose the hardest existences. So if you are in a physical body that has had a lot of hardship, You know, and a lot of these things we bring on ourselves with choices that we make, but at the same time, there are no mistakes if you learn from them. You know, even the, so-called mistakes that I've made, they really brought me so much closer to my soul, as an old soul, because when you do have these tough existences, you are a very old soul. But, if I hadn't gone through the things that I've gone through this year, I would not have realized that I am more than my shit that I have, my own, the stuff that I own, more than what I do for a living. Those things do not define me. I mean, I literally could be homeless and living out of a shop, grocery cart, and still be the same amazing soul that I am now. I could be living in a mansion or a shack. It's the same thing, same soul. These physical things do not make me, so I would not have learned that if it were not for this year. Now, I like my things, though. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, when you get to the other side of this, you'll have so much more strength and so much more wisdom. This is what I was telling my friend just a little bit ago when I was uploading my video. I know that I'm just going to be, man, I'm going to be one supreme goddess. I already am. But when I think about when I get to the point where I actually realize it, we have to go through these things to realize our own strength, to realize our own wisdom, to realize how powerful we are, and that we are gods and goddesses. Because we already are. I mean, I don't have to get there. I just have to get to the point that I know it. Child consciousness. Man, a friend of mine on Facebook this morning, she has had a really rough time lately. I won't go into no details because I don't put other people's business out there like that. But really going through a lot, Well, for one thing, she lost a child, and I can't even imagine. I've got 5 kids, and I can't even imagine the pain. I don't want to. And she had put something on Facebook today. It was a picture of her when she was a child. And she said, back before all of the heartaches and all of the pain and simpler times. And that's the energy that I'm really getting with this card. A lot of nostalgia. But to me, the child is closer to the soul energy, because this is before the heart, like she said, before the heartache and the pain and the conditioning and the fears and life took over. You were closer to your soul. Your soul wants to play and be innocent and be vulnerable and open and trusting and have faith in the universe. It's the energy that we are working on getting back to, that true love source energy. To clarify that card, we have history has your back, society stabs you in it. Use your talent like a weapon. Don't let convention confine you. This whole history, what I'm getting with this is that this is like all the things that you have been through, everything that has made you stronger, everything that has made you wiser. This is that purifier energy, that history that you have. And it's very important not to dwell too much on it. Do take away from it what you're supposed to take away from it, forgive it, and let it go. But do definitely take away from it, though, because those were your lessons that you learned that made you wiser, made you stronger. So in some ways, we need to be grateful for those experiences. Society stabs you in it. Society stabs you in the back. I believe this is our own viewpoint, our own perspective, our own view. When we expect other people to treat us bad, that's what's going to happen. We align to it. You got somebody who's at a lower consciousness, and then you who is still in a place of like victim mentality. really being negative and feeling like just shit just doesn't ever go right, or people just don't treat me well, and you're like a magnet. You magnetize each other in. It's a very magnetizing energy, and you align to one another, and then you have that situation. And I know I had a situation with a gentleman about a month ago that he really did me really wrong with my business, and I really did wish really bad things on him. I really did. And even though I did release it, I forgave him and released it into the hands of the universe, that whole karmic checks and balance system, I still was kind of feeling like, yeah, I hope things don't go well for him. I was still feeling that way. And, I have wronged people, even over the past year or so. I had lost my job, and it was not real good circumstances. And I know that a lot of the people that I used to work with probably wish bad on me. So when I say that people are a mirror to us, they are a mirror to us. I was like, what is the lesson? I know there's a lesson in this. And it just came to me just over the past couple days. Because, I had kind of peeked at this guy's page, and he said he had been taking some losses lately. And I had to check my ego at the door. I was like, all right. And that's when it came to me. You have people wishing, bad on you because of things that you have done. And this is how karma plays out. Not only is it that mirror, but karma plays out as well. And you know what? I really had to forgive him because he is at a lower place of consciousness. And when I did things, made mistakes that I made, I was at a lower level of consciousness. That I'm above that now. So with that being said, there's no reason to judge. Use your talent like a weapon. Don't let convention confine you. So definitely, if you write, or if you're a musician or an artist, definitely this whole spiritual awakening process, this path is so rough sometimes. I mean, I know we make it harder than it has to be. It's really not hard. We make it hard by having attachments and by judging and having expectations and all these kinds of things. But do use your talents to really express yourself. And some of you are going to have spiritual gifts awaken. I know as I started aligning more to my soul, my spiritual gifts awakened. That's what happens. So definitely don't let convention confine you, or don't let any other people. A lot of times when we're on a spiritual journey, people will look at us like, man, everyone said I was having a midlife crisis. People judged me very heavily, like, oh, she just doesn't have her shit together at all anymore. But when you start growing and changing and stuff and aligning more to your soul, things just don't resonate with you anymore, and the universe will snatch the rug out from underneath you sometimes. It just is what it is. We have the Chariot card, and so I have with this card, there are a lot of things that are going to be coming to you very quickly. Very quickly, once you stop blocking yourself, because what I'm getting right now is that you are blocking your own self in areas of love and money from it coming to you on a chariot. And then there's the sun in the background, and the sun is very, very positive. Then we have the snake here too, and everyone who knows me knows I'm really, really into snakes. And snakes are very intuitive creatures. Very intuitive. And so what I'm getting here is really tap into your intuition. Your intuition is your inner knowing. It's a deep sense of knowing. And it doesn't come from your head at all. So do definitely tap into your intuition. We have the Patience card. And so what I feel like you're blocked from this Chariot coming in is that you're in this waiting energy. You're still waiting on something or someone other than yourself to make yourself happy, to fulfill you. I have to be mindful of this all the time. In fact, this is why, and I know you guys are going to get tired of hearing my personal stories, but it's the only way I can really explain a card. Someone had commented on one of my videos, you need to explain more of the card instead of your perspective. Well, I read energy. I read the energy of a card, okay? So every time I see a card, I read the energy. And so the energy reminds me of something that I've been through energetically. And it's the only way I can describe it. So I apologize for that, but that's just the only way. I have to be mindful every day that I am not seeking validation. Yeah, I was even doing this with this channel at first. I wanted validation, lots of views, lots of subscribers. I started feeling like, man, nobody, wants to watch my channel. They're coming here for something other than what I am offering right now. I just feel like giving up. So I had to check myself that, I was really waiting for that validation to validate me, to make me feel good about myself, when that starts within. So I basically stripped myself down to like nothing, to where it's just me in this house. Just me in this house and nothing else and nobody else, to really go within and really fight my own demons. So that is the energy that I'm getting with this card, with this patience. With patience, I'm not saying patience is bad, but with the energy of this kind of patience it is, because this is a waiting energy. Really putting your life on hold when you really need to get out there and get on your own chariot and really start experiencing life head on, and stop waiting for someone else to come in to enjoy it with you. Be your own best friend for a while. Earth and cycles. There have been a lot of cycles lately, as far as these energies have been really tough the past 2 weeks. These astrological energies have been. And they really have helped us really clear things out. And look, it's another snake. Your intuition is waking up. And you've probably been noticing this. And that's what these cycles are for. These cycles come in to help us clear things out of the way. It's like clearing the channel. You have all this static going on in your head. And it's like you're clearing it so that you can hear the messages coming through better. And that's what these energies and these cycles, these planetary cycles, have been doing for you. Wow, that's beautiful. Clarify that card. We have, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So this goes back to that, not being in that waiting energy of waiting for someone else to make you happy. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So definitely do clear up that channel, that static electricity you have going on in your head, so you can tap in, really tap in, and try to have faith like you've never had before. And what I've been doing lately is, whenever a thought pops into my head, I've been clearing it. No, this takes too much energy to sit up and worry and be anxious and obsess about things. No. I've been allowing myself to feel and honor my feelings, but I've been trying to keep my thoughts clear, completely clear. That static electricity, that static, that noise, that white noise going on in your head, that keeps you from hearing messages from Spirit, Oracle. And that's exactly what I'm getting with this card too, is that you have messages coming through from Spirit daily, several times a day, but you're missing them because of your thoughts. And sometimes you're even dismissing them, and trying to differentiate between what is yours and what is coming from your spirit guides, your angels, the ascended masters who are trying to help you. Meditation. See how she's meditating? Meditation is going to be key for you, Gemini. Do meditate daily. And I'm even getting from Spirit that you should meditate in the morning and at night. Just briefly. I mean, even if it's just 10 minutes. That will make a big difference of clearing that channel. Eternal youth, energy, newness, vitality. So once you do these things and you do disconnect from the mind chatter, you will have so much more energy and you will feel brand new because you are being purified anyway. And this goes along with that strength. That was what I was talking about with once you make it to the other side of a situation. And understand, we really don't even have to make it to the other side. We actually anchor these situations in when we focus our energy on them, when we cry about them, when we talk about them. That's why I haven't been writing as much lately, because I was writing about situations that came up, and I knew that I was grounding them. You know, the first thing someone wants to say to you when you're going through some shifts and some cycles like this, people always want to say, ground yourself. You know what? I am not trying to ground this energy right here. I want this to flow. I want this energy to flow out away from me. That way something new can come in. And so that's what I'm getting with this too, with that energy and that newness and that vitality. Try not to focus on what's happening right now. And for God's sake, don't try to ground it into your reality. The wind, mother creativity. So this is what I was saying about, and see, your third eye is opening. Definitely your third eye is opening. So definitely you want to meditate and clear your mind. You will see all the difference in the world. All the Geminis I know are very spiritually awakened anyway. It's a very spiritually awakened sign. You're very connected. And once you realize this and really step into your power and you see how you've been creating all the situations, really pay attention to it. What I want you to do over the next week is whenever a situation comes up in your life, I want you to look at it. First of all, ask yourself, what is the lesson in this? What is this trying to teach me? Second of all, I want you to go back and think about what you were thinking about prior to that situation happening. Was this something you were scared of? Was this something that you thought up? Really, really play with it. To clarify that card, we have the Yule Rebirth card. And so really what I'm getting here is this goes along with that newness and that vitality and that energy of really clearing and really cutting any type of energetic cords that you have right now. And remember when I was talking about the gentleman who really had hurt me, and I really was kind of wishing him ill will. When we do that, we block our own blessings. So if you have any of that going on, do cut those cords, do release, and forgive anybody who needs forgiven. That message came through too, Gemini. Change. Like I said, I know I have been through a lot of changes lately. And change is hard. Even good changes are hard because you got to get used to it. And I know some people who just flow through life. They change jobs all the time. They move all the time. And that would just make me crazy because I don't do good with change. But this is because I'm so attached. And you're so attached to things and places and people. It's hard for you to keep flowing and keep moving even when you're guided to. So do work on detaching from stuff right now. Sudden wealth. I feel like this goes with that Chariot. That goes with that Chariot as far as clearing these blocks and getting out of a waiting energy and start living, being the Chariot yourself. This is going to open yourself up. And see, there's a clock here. I didn't notice that before. But time is just an illusion. You have a whole eternity. You've had an eternity and you have a whole eternity because we are more than our human bodies. Your soul will continue to exist after you die. We have the roads turned to the dark clouds, foretells misadventures. See, I don't really read this top part all like that. This isn't an ace. Okay, and whenever sometimes I use playing cards as tarot cards. To me, the clubs is let me see here. We have cups, we have swords. Okay, the swords are the diamonds, the hearts. I always use the spades as the wands. What's the other one? Oh, pentacles. So this would be the Ace of Pentacles. I have not used the playing cards for a while. So this is a brand new beginning. This is a new beginning. This goes along with this rebirth card. But more than that, this is a crossroads also. So you might be at a crossroads right now and not know which way to turn. And that is going to improve when you clear your channel. And ask for signs from the universe. You know what I did when I first started on my journey? Was I would email myself and I would type it out and I would say, Dear Spirit Guides, please show me a sign for this particular situation. I type it out. If I'm supposed to do this, well, see, I have a pendulum now that answers yes, no questions. But back then, I was like, give me a sign in like 72 hours. And my thing was always send me stars if I'm supposed to do this. And I would just see stars everywhere. And even when I see stars now, I know everything's going to be all right. So do ask for signs. I have this postcard oracle card. It says, Dearest you, over here there's no mystery for us to unravel. As we know intimately how connected we all are, how the web of creation works, how spirit is in every aspect of life from the invisible to the visible. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexities of how things actually work because the most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension you live in. That said, can you feel the importance of these currents of energy that bring events together in miraculous ways? Wow. You can't understand with your mind, wow, but you can know with your heart and soul. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, the why, or we do. Surrender to the mystery and have faith, wow, that the unseen world is watching you with loving eyes as spirit waves your life's mystery and beautiful tapestry into glorious technicolor, loving you so much as always. Wow, that was beautiful. And it kind of reminds me of this card. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. What a beautiful reading. I'm so glad I decided to do this today. Well, thank you for watching. And if you would like to make an energy donation to my channel or pay for a reading, I'll include my email address for PayPal and for Cash App in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.